Hey there, I wanted to show you how I season my clay or Yixing teapots, because in my opinion some people make it more complicated than it has to be. The last pot I seasoned was this one, you see right now. For this one I used a simple method that I will show you. So this is the clay teapot I'm going to season today. It's not a Yixing clay teapot, but like I said, I used the same method for Yixing clay as well. I will use this teapot for more humid soil or puer, and this little guy was made by the Czech artist Jiří Duchek, for anyone interested. So let's see how to season it the easy way. So take your teapot and place it in a little container. Make sure it's food grade plastic or even better glass or metal, but make sure it has no smell or residue from food or anything else. So I use this plastic container that is only dedicated for clay teapot seasoning and nothing else. So it has no smell, no residue or anything. Then I pour some boiling water into the container and put the lid on. I let it soak like that until the container is hot to the touch but doesn't burn my hands. That's about 30 minutes. Then I remove the pot and discard the water. After that, I place the teapot into the box again, pour hot water in and let it soak for another 30 minutes. I do this process a total of 3 times. This is to wash away any dirt or residue from the manufacturing. So why don't I just take my teapot and place it in like a cooking pot? First, it's because when you boil your teapot inside just a normal cooking pot, while it's boiling, it can rattle and then potentially get damaged. You could avoid that by placing a tea towel inside the pot, but then maybe the tea towel was washed with some detergent, or maybe when you boil the tea towel for a couple of minutes with the pot, it may lose some coloring. So I just avoid that. Second, I don't like to use a cooking pot because, like the word implies, it's a cooking pot. So I would have used it for cooking before, and it may have some smell or some taste of something I cooked in there before, and I want to avoid that. And third, why don't I just put some leaves with the water and the pot on the stove and let it cook, or maybe boil or just steep a little, because it could get bitter. The tea could get bitter while it's cooking in there, and I want to avoid that because I don't like to season my teapot with some sort of bitter tea. So I just keep away from that. So next, with what tea do I season my teapot? I don't choose nasty tea I don't like to drink. Who makes an investment into a nice teapot to then season it with nasty tea? So I just use tea I like to drink. So what do I do next? I just do my regular tea session. I use my teapot like I would if it wasn't new. Seasoning a teapot is not some kind of magic that instantly makes a difference to the tea. Otherwise, it would take away all the experience of maturing it while drinking hundreds of teas in it. One seasoning doesn't make a difference. 20 years will. Another advantage is that your tea doesn't get bitter because you just do a normal tea session. And you don't waste your tea because you drink it. Then, after your session, clean out your teapot, rinse it with hot water, let it dry and use it often. That's how I season my teapots. See ya.